Welcome to One Step Past. I'm Bucky Wild, and this is
Action Heroes of History, Sasha Siemel.
He was all that was man. In his time, Sasha Siemel was a well-known big game hunter. He's not quite as well-known today, but he should be. They just don't make men this tough anymore. Alexander Sasha Siemel was born in Latvia in 1890 when it was still a part of the Russian Empire. He moved to the United States in 1907 when he was 17. Sasha only stayed in America for 2 years before moving to Argentina. He didn't start his fantastic hunting career right away. His first job was at a printing shop in Buenos Aires. In 1914, when he was 24, he headed to the jungles of Brazil. He worked as a gunsmith and mechanic in the diamond mining camps. It was at this time that he met a poor native who taught him to become a tigrero. A tigrero is a hunter who kills jaguars armed only with a spear. In Sasha's early days, he had a high-powered rifle. Through the native's teachings, he came to primarily use the spear as well as the bow for his hunting purposes. Sasha was a good pupil and he learned quickly. As a matter of fact, he was so good at hunting jaguars that he became a mysterious local legend. To the natives, he was a white man who seemingly came from nowhere and, for reasons unknown to them, had a passion for killing jaguars. All sorts of rumors were tossed around about his past. One such story was that he had a bad breakup with a girlfriend and left civilization to forget. But why kill jaguars in the first place? It's not as cruel as you think. In Brazil, ranchers worry about jaguars killing their livestock. In America, we have animals like coyotes, foxes, and wolves. They have jaguars. Someone needed to take care of this menace, and Sasha signed himself up. It was a necessary occupation for where he was living. In 1925, he killed his first jaguar with a spear, making him the first white man to do so. He became like a rock star in Brazil, and it wasn't that many years until the civilized world knew of his exploits. It was 1931 when the book Green Hell was published. Written by Julien Duguid, the book is a memoir in which the author recounts his adventures with two friends when they hired Sasha Siemel as a guide in 1929. It was a big hit with the public. The book is responsible for giving Sasha the nickname of Tiger Man. This also became the title of Duguid's 1932 biography of the living legend. Siemel's friendship with the author led him to accept speaking engagements at explorer clubs throughout the world. This is when Siemel became a media darling. In 1937, while lecturing in Philadelphia, Siemel met a young photographer named Edith Bray. She would soon join him in his jungle adventures. 3 years later, they married when he was 47. Together, they raised a family. In 1937, Siemel also became an actor. He appeared in the serial Jungle Menace, starring the legendary Frank Buck. It was a well-received actioner, especially with kids. After that, however, Siemel seemed to pull back from the spotlight. He preferred to live a quiet life. In 1947, Sasha and his family moved to a farm in southeastern Pennsylvania. In 1955, he had his fourth and final child. Sasha continued to lecture and lead expeditions to South America. Among Sasha's many talents was his ability to speak 6 languages: Latvian, Russian, German, his mother was German, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. He was an author and wrote articles for various outdoor magazines, including National Geographic. His autobiography, Tigrero, was released in 1953. It was to be made into a movie, but that never happened. He had his own museum when he was still alive, established in an old grist mill. From 1963 to 69, the Sasha Siemel Museum and Store operated in Perkiomenville, Pennsylvania. It's a shame that it closed so early. The old mill has sat abandoned for many years. People who remember having gone to the museum have glowing things to say about it. I guess the displays were really something else. In 1970, Sasha died at the age of 80. World traveler, big game hunter, multilinguist, author, actor, public figure, and he had a young wife when he was middle-aged? There is nothing else you can call this guy but a true action hero of history. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, subscribe and leave me some comments.